Welcome to week one. I'll do a really quick walkthrough of what you need to do and what you can expect from this week. First, you'll be taking the pretest so that you can see how you progress from the beginning and the end of the semester. Next, you have a bunch of readings that you can download. These are PDF attachments that are provided for you so that you can download and read. Okay. Because LA3's theme is on American literature, we're going to start with early American writing, which spans from the 1600s to 1800s. This is a little introduction to the objectives that you're expected to learn. Okay, and then we'll start with this link over here, early American writing assignment. So click that link, and it takes you to the first set of assignments. The first assignment is for you to get an introduction to early American writing. So this will give you historical context. You're going to have to download this attachment here. So you'll see that this is an attached file. You'll click it and download this reading. It's several pages long, but what you're going to need to do is read and take notes on what you think is important. And I provided an outline for you so that you can follow along. So under here we have big headings, and then we have subheadings here. You write several lines. It doesn't have to be super detailed, but then I just want to see that you've read it and you've taken notes of important details and ideas that you need to keep in mind when you read the readings, because it's really important that you know what happened in history and how that drives or influences the writing of the time. Okay, and then after that you're going to post. This is a discussion board, and I showed you how to post in discussion boards in week 0. You're going to think and pick an image, like a logo of what you think represents major events that happen from the 1600s to 1800s in America. Okay, so you can create your own image, or you can also find images online that'll be your logo. But for each image, you need to explain what it symbolizes, how that represents that event in America. Okay, I did write this here. Avoid copying the same logo as others, because I don't want to see the same pictures. It's easy to just copy what others did. So I really don't want to see duplicates. Okay, so duplicates, like if you happen to choose the same picture, those won't count. So it's first come, first serve, basically. Okay, you would click that and insert your image. Okay, so this is a video here that I provided you to on how to insert an image, and I showed you that in the discussion board video last week. Okay, so don't forget, it's three images, and you have to give a little write-up on what it symbolizes. Okay, so let's navigate back to week 1. All right, so we're back in the main folder. Let's scroll down. So this gives you an introduction to Native American folktales. So now we're going to look at the literature now. Okay, here video links are provided for you so that you can watch, and also there's a little resource here for you to read on American folktales. Okay, Native American folktales. All right. Here are your assignments and due dates. Okay, and the assignment is down here in this link, the folder link. So let's click that. All right, and for this one we have a discussion board. So you have to read the directions. Okay, so the big question here is, how do we make sense of our world? And that kind of ties into Native American literature, where a lot of it explains on how the world is and has come to be. Okay, a lot of it is creation myth, you'll notice. Okay, so here are the directions for the discussion board. All right, you have some statements to follow. We have sentence frames here for you to complete. So for example, when the woman falls from skyward, the bird's actions show that. So this kind of statement is like an analysis setup. So it sets you up to analyze the story. Okay, and those stories again are available in the attachments in the homepage, or not homepage, but the week's main page. And then you have a chart here to give you an example, or for you to give an example of how the myth is created, okay? So, or a characteristic of the creation myth, all right? I would like for you to fill this in, maybe fill it in Word and then paste it um, into the text box when you post into the discussion board so that your peers can see what you think of the characteristics, okay? So I'd like for you to copy and paste. Don't attach. I mean, if you only can attach as a secondary, just in case. But I do want to just see the chart. Okay, and then now we have a literary device assignment. Okay, so literary devices. These are devices that's used in literature to um, convey an idea in a in a different way, right? So the first one is the archetype. Okay, so we have an example of the archetype. Okay, an archetype is a recurring theme or idea found in stories. So this is something that you'll see over time. This archetype is found in different stories. It can even be cross-cultural. There's the same kind of character. An example of an archetype is here. Provided for you. I can give you a general one. So a general one can be the sage, the wise person in a story. And you see that wise person in many stories. And there's one from Lord of the Rings with Gandalf. That's if you look that up, it's a much older story than how the recent movies are. It's much older. And then another one is for that archetype is Professor Dumbledore. That's a more recent example. And you see that it's that sage, that wise person that provides the advice and knowledge for the protagonist, and um, that's an archetype that exists in literature, a figure that exists throughout time. What you're going to do is you're going to complete this assignment, okay? You're going to look for an archetype from the story and analyze it, and then I have a little template for you to follow. It's just like this example here, okay? You're going to fill that out and follow that format. You're going to upload this as an attachment, just like I showed you in week 0. You're going to click this and then upload it as an attachment. I would like for you to write your name on your file, please. Put your name so that I know it's from you, and then I can grade it. All right? So that basically is week 1. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me.